Okay, for your Bolognese sauce, even called Ragu, you're gonna need to leave your meats, your sausage, and your meat out about 30 minutes before you start cooking them. And this is gonna help you in the cooking process because the meat is gonna be much softer instead of being kind of hard. Then you're gonna, while this one is softening up, you're gonna you're gonna dice onion, celery, and carrots. And before you start everything, you're gonna make like a bundle of herbs. Usually I should have even thyme here, but our thyme is very small, so unfortunately I cannot add it to the bundle. But here I have a few sprigs of rosemary and some sage. We're gonna grab everything together, and the twine has to be like inside, and try to grab all the leaves, and then you start rolling all around to make a bundle. And if some of the leaves come off, it's really not a big deal. Okay, and when you reach the end, you basically just cut this piece and then you tied, of course, you know, as you can see, this, whether you are going to the same side, you make a knot, and here is your bundle of herbs. Of course, I don't have the thyme here, so I am going to use some of the thyme that is dry. And if you don't have like fresh herbs, the dry herbs work perfectly fine. Okay, to start to cook the ragu, you're gonna need 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and you're gonna turn your machine on saute on medium heat. So I'm using a pressure cooker because it really cuts the time of the cooking in half. But if you don't have a pressure cooker, you can do the same exact things that I'm doing here on the stove. The only difference is that the sauce has to cook for 2 hours on a very low heat. It has to simmer, very, very gentle bubble. And but the steps are basically the same. Okay, so I'm gonna let the oil to heat up, and then we're gonna start to put inside the vegetables. Okay, the oil is ready, and you can see it because when you swirl it around, it's very fluid and liquid. And now it's time to put our vegetables inside. And so before I had the heat on medium, now I'm gonna put it on low because the vegetables need to cook on a very gentle heat, and the onion has to become translucent, and the vegetables has to be very soft. And the seasonings that you heard at the beginning, you want that because you know that the oil is ready. Okay, I'm gonna cook these for about 10 minutes, and then I will show you the result. These are done. You can see the onion, it became kind of translucent. And let me see, yeah. And the veggies are soft because they actually break. Now we are going to put the heat at the max. Okay, we can put the meat inside and start with 1 pound at a time. It's gonna make easier to break down the meat. And the meat needs to become very, very fine. They have to be very teeny tiny pieces. So keep pounding down. And then I am going to show you the result. Okay, this is the first pound, and I just want to quickly show you how small the pieces are. And you want something like this. I know that some people, when they have like big lumps, they use an immersion blender. But I got the feeling that you run the risk to have like baby food at the end more than actually a sauce. So just try to keep pounding down as much as you can until you get like very, very small pieces like this. Now I'm gonna do even the other pound, and then I'm gonna do the same with the sausage. Now I put the sausage inside and I do the same. I know that this is kind of a long process, but it's kind of necessary if you want to have a good result. Even because the being so fine, the meat being so fine, is gonna actually help you even to embrace the pasta at the end. We're done, and this is the result. Now I'm gonna cook it for 2-3 minutes on high heat, so everything becomes nice and dry, and then the tomato sauce, it's the one that will give the smoothness of the sauce. Alright, now we're gonna add 1/2 cup of wine, red wine. So in the original recipe of the Bolognese sauce, actually, instead of the sausage, you need pancetta, which is like the Italian bacon, if you want to compare it to the American one. So in my family, we actually always used sausage, so I did it how my family did it. But if you want, you can use pancetta, or I think even bacon. It might, especially like maybe it's like not too smoked. Maybe like if you find like a sweet type of bacon, that would work well too. All the wine, all the alcohol in the wine evaporated. Now we're gonna add 33 fluid ounces of tomato sauce. And I actually use the puree because I actually prefer the puree, because it gives me the idea that it gives like a smoothness to the sauce, and it helps to embrace the pasta better. But if you have like the, I don't know what it's called, maybe the chunks, please feel free to use that one too. And the quantity is still the same, is 33 fluid ounces. Now we're gonna add 1/2 cup of water, and this is gonna help the sauce to not dry out, but it's gonna help even the machine, because the machine likes liquid because if it's like too dry, then everything down here actually burns. Now we're gonna add the bundle of herbs plus half a teaspoon of thyme. So this is like a teaspoon, but I just put half a teaspoon of thyme. We're gonna add about 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper. And 2 tablespoons of coarse salt. And now we're gonna mix everything together. Now we're gonna put the lid on. Okay, I'm going to do the pressure cook mode on high for an hour. Just a note, if you're doing this one on the stove, make sure to put it like on low and let it simmer for 2 hours, and every half an hour check it, and if it's too dry, add half a cup of water, so it keeps the moist inside and it doesn't burn on the side or on the bottom. Okay, this is started cooking, and I'll see you in an hour. Okay, I already let all the air out. Now we're gonna open it, and this is your final result. We're gonna need to remove the bundle of herbs. And this is what you get left. Smells amazing. So it has a little bit of like the fat, but this is going to actually keep it really moist. And actually when it's gonna like go in the fridge, this is gonna solidify, and then when you're gonna heat it up, it will become like that again. This is your final result. And here I just cook some spaghetti. Of course, you can use your ragu sauce in any way you want. You can season gnocchi, you can season short pasta, long pasta, you can make lasagna with it. So you really have a sauce that is very versatile and it can be used in many ways. You can use it even for a ravioli. The last touch that I would suggest you is to sprinkle some of the Parmesan on top. And this is it. This was my ragu sauce. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Comment down below. And thank you for watching. Bye!